So the first 10 seconds, we're gonna do ASMR, me lighting the blunt.
For sure. And then for our audio listeners, just pretend like you guys are hitting it. So just inhale in the mic.
Sorry for the smoke going your guys' way, my bad. But you know what, Robert and I, as we were setting up for the recording today, we were actually talking about as we go DJ, you know, these events, or we go somewhere like a session or a party, like we end up like DJing. A lot of times, like there's alcohol involved, and me and Robert were talking about like if we ever caught ourselves like not knowing how to like DJ properly, if we ever got to that like toxic level of like intoxication where we just can't function anymore. I don't believe I've ever caught myself being in a situation where and like me and Robert have like talked to each other about like we've seen each other like get to the point where like we're fucked up, but it never came to a situation where we like don't know how to DJ or like. Has that ever happened to you guys? Have you guys ever gone to a point where you guys like had a little too much to drink and you guys kind of are having a hard time like DJing as usual, like how you normally would or stuff like that? Like is that usually a complication for you guys or?
For me at least, like I've been to a point where like I'm too drunk to do it how I have it in my head.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But like most of the time, like I have the fundamentals down. And it's like a flow state for me. So even if like I'm fucked up, like I'm still able to at least bring back like that. It's like riding a bike type of thing, you know? Like
I got you.
It might not be like perfect or perfectly straight, but like you still have the fundamentals.
It's like muscle memory for you, right?
Yeah. It made me think of Euphoria. Have you guys watched that? Where she drives her bike into the thing, bro.
I've not seen that show.
I've seen it.
It's good. It's good.
Word, damn.
Yeah.
Spoiled it. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Have you seen both seasons?
Huh?
Have you seen both seasons?
Yeah, we watched.
I've only seen the first one.
I know, yeah.
I'm one person that doesn't like to wait like week per week for things, so I have to let it drop for me to watch all of it.
Yeah.
So like the whole time when it was dropping, all I saw on Twitter was a bunch of spoilers and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, I'm missing out.
Yeah, that's whack as hell, dude. But and I've seen that some people, they like to get to that level of intoxication because they believe that it's because they're like at this state, they believe they can DJ better. And I've seen cases where like, damn, bro, you know what? Like I've seen you DJ sober. Yeah. And I've seen you DJ like fucked up, and honestly, you play better fucked up. But there's those cases where it's the opposite with people. Like we play way better sober. But when you're messed up, it's like, damn, like it's like you said, it's like you used to be a sick ass like in terms of like the aspect of learning how to ride a bike, like you was a BMXer before getting intoxicated. Now you're intoxicated. It's like you need the training wheels and shit, like getting on the gear. And
yeah,
I've always just I'm like, now that we're talking about this, like, damn, I've seen this with like a bunch of like alcohol can be a bitch, like, you know, like,
dude, for sure.
You know, I've told myself like I try to I'm sure maybe it's happened to a lot of us, especially tuned in right now, that we may try to like limit ourselves, or we try to monitor our drinking, but. Like, I'm pretty sure maybe you guys have seen me too. Like, there's events where like I maybe overdid. I'm like, oh damn, this was fucked up for sure. And like, especially when we get to liquor, like tequila and shit. Like, you might think that with 5 shots I'm good, and then like shit, you might slip into 6 or 7 shots. Like, damn, I forgot to do this triple right here. Fuck, what's the third track or whatever, whatnot. And it's just it's crazy how it's just so the norm, you know, like just alcohol and like and shit like that. Like it's very easy to like fall into that trap of like, oh, there's alcohol around, like let's have fun. And I've seen it, and it's good in terms of like, yeah, like it takes off the edge. Like people want to have a good time as long as you're doing it responsibly. And then I've seen it in cases where, you know, especially with like DJs and artists, like, you know, especially when they're out there to do a gig or something. It's just like it sucks to see that when maybe they overdo it or like they had a little bit too much and it starts affecting, like whether if it's like a DJ performance or like the way they navigate their own business. It's like, yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed, like with what we're in, like alcohol. It's just like we definitely need to like me too, like I mean, I'm sure a lot of people they're good like turning away vices. That's what a lot of this in the EDM industry, like the vices are there, and it's just like I can see how a lot of people can slip into getting so fucked up like that, and then like, you know, however that performance comes out, it comes out like that.
Let me ask you guys this: do you guys okay, out of a 10 scale, how often are you guys not sober when you DJ?
So what's a 5? Like, what is a 5?
True.
No, I'm okay. So
like how often?
Out of 10 times, how many times of those would you be not sober?
To be honest, when I DJ, I try not to get too fucked up just because I'm kind of a perfectionist. I like to set my cues up specific, have little accents that I want to hit. So I try to be maybe like a shot or two in.
Okay.
But like
I think that's still so. Maybe I said sober wrong. My bad. Do you guys like to get like you said, fucked up, like drunk? Or
when I DJ?
Yeah, when you DJ, or not even drunk, or super high, you know, or does it have to be like,
or just like a vice, like it's just some sort of vice to take the edge off?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I can't get high and DJ.
No.
Like I'll straight up just.
oh, okay.
I get tired.
So you're that person that when you're sober, like you prefer to be sober because like you know you perform how you expect yourself to perform, right?
Exactly.
I got you.
Sidetrack. I actually just found out about this. It's like a non-alcoholic alcohol, but it supposedly gets you like buzzed, but it has some healthy ingredients in it. And low key, I kind of want to try it just for my own personal health because, you know.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there for anyone listening. You can still get buzzed without the alcohol. I want to try it. I haven't tried it yet.
A healthy alternative would be dope. I seen these things one time. They're vape pens, but it's just caffeine. Like,
what?
Yeah, it's a vape pen for just caffeine, and you're getting the intake of all the caffeine you need through a vape pen. And I think that's really cool. I think that's a very healthy alternative to people who do like just regular vapes and stuff like that, you know? And I feel like if you're the type of person that's like always been sober that doesn't do anything, I feel like caffeine could really, you know, put you over the edge.
I actually quit vaping, dude. I'm going on since like April.
Quit like vaping, like nicotine, all that,
congrats.
dude. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Congrats.
We
bro.
quit
Thank you.
together.
That's good.
I was like, I was gonna wait until I was 27 because like I kind of just had that milestone in my head, but
Okay.
I was like, fuck it, dude. It's a year early. Like,
And let me ask you
I may
this,
as well.
Skittles. Like, do you vape still?
No. I
No.
quit with him.
Oh, word.
Hey.
Okay.
We
So I was
kind
about
of
to say,
did it
like, damn,
together.
Like, especially like if like let's say if you were still vaping, like that's a strong that's a very strong dedication, you know, to say, because I feel like it's always kind of like a challenge, especially when like whether if it's like a partner, you're with friends, like especially like if you're an alcoholic trying to cut clean and you're still hanging out with alcoholics. I can see where that's like a challenge if you're trying to stay clean, but you know, people that you're hanging around, and I think that's cool that both of y'all quit because I feel like that's like that takes out the challenge of when we're hanging out, like, you know, it's not like that like intention or that temptation. There you go. It's not that temptation that's laying out there like, oh damn, like, you know what, maybe just one hit, like it's 2 months, like fuck it, I'll take a hit, like, but since April, dude, we're in August, May, June, July, August, 4 months, dude. That's good, bro. That's real good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, man, if I could try to cut like alcohol, weed, and shit, and I'll probably tell you like it probably won't be easy, you know. Like, so I applaud, like, and it's kind of, and you know what's crazy, bro? I'm not a big fan of those arguments for like sober, like people that don't like have vices like that. I kind of feel like they get a little bit ignorant in the aspect of like the whole mentality phase of it, because it's hard. It's easy to say, bro, just don't do it. It's easy to say that shit, but like I feel like there is like that sort of like mental dependability on the vice that you're on, and like it's not as simple as just stop doing it, right?
Addiction
Like,
is also a bitch.
There's a reason why there's
But-
rehabilitation centers, and like I feel like
everybody has an addiction to something, though. It's just
Right.
some people's addiction are not the healthiest, you know, and that's all it is. You just gotta take your addiction into another productive space, right? Like
That makes
after
sense.
you stop doing one thing, pick up another thing, and I feel like that's pretty much that's what everyone's doing, right? Like you'll see people. What are they like? When I see people, I'm like, what are you guys addicted to? When I think of you guys, when I say what are you guys addicted to, I feel like y'all are addicted to chopping and dubstep, like straight out. That's what they are. Like, all right, that's it.
That's not a
Okay.
bad addiction, though.
If nothing else, if no going to raves, nothing else, y'all are still gonna be chopping and doing that shit for videos and whatnot, no doubt. And I think I really like that about you guys. That bunch of content. I love seeing the content with you guys. In my perspective and point of view, I've been seeing it a lot more this year. Like,
Like content.
yeah, 2022. I've been seeing a lot more of it this year. Was that a conscious effort between you guys, or?
I feel like coming from my background, like being in the LA Shuffle Squad scene with a bunch of like influencers. I got used to posting dance content to try to like bump up my personal brand following. So I kind of just knew to transfer that into Skittles. And I feel like that's how I've been able to gain a bit of traction. My TikTok is doing good.
Popping.
It's popping.
It's not. It's popping. Yeah, no, we could say it out
it's
here.
got
You
traction
know?
going. And I wanted to ask you too, how's the transition been with you? Because I know like the DJing part, that's been, I like to say new, like a year or two. That I feel like that, like, has it been like a year or two you've been starting?
It's literally.
right?
Are we in August? It's been a year.
It's been a
It's
year.
been like literally a year.
And like before that, you were like you were just doing shuffling and like all these other
Professional shuffle dancer.
Professional, right? Put the stamp on it.
I gotta say it. That's how it was.
Let me ask you this: what got you into going into that transition of, all right, let me now like take on DJing? Like, what was it like hanging out with a lot of DJs, or was it like, oh, you know, I'm already listening to this dance music. This is another hobby I want to tackle and like further like put the Skittles brand like on it, like a. Like,
I think it was a couple multiple things that got me into it. Like I started dating him. I was involved with Retrospect, always around the guys shopping. Okay. As soon as I saw them like fuck around, I'm like, I like that. But I think hard summer last year when I danced for Say My Name, just kind of getting to experience that side of the scene, just kind of like put a little spark in me, and I wanted to try it. And I also really fucked with his connection with his fans, just seeing that. So, yeah.
Okay. So you're a big influence then, for sure.
He taught me.
Oh, so did he really? Did you teach her how to? Okay, that's really dope.
I mean, I showed her like the basics, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
And like for me, like I'm very busy. I always have like my own stuff going too. So it's like I showed her the way, and then from there, like she's taking it on full force. Like
that was good.
She's got drive in her for sure, and she picked it up like quick. So
yeah,
big ups to you. Yeah,
and I like how both of you two just do a lot more things outside of DJing. Like for example, like when Low End presents Techno Tupac, you were in the back of the LED screen, VJing.
Yeah,
and you do that for Retrospect shows as well.
Yeah. So
what led you to get into that part of the entertainment aspect of it, of like doing the VJing for, like, I know you do that for Retrospect. And that's real cool that you do that outside from DJing, because a lot of people are just like, I'm DJing. Like, no, not many people, take the other step to learn maybe another thing that's within the industry, whether that's like throwing shows or being the VJ or the lighting or being the sound guy. What made you want to devote a little bit more time into the VJing part of it?
I mean, when we started Retro, it was literally like we had like nothing, like we came from nothing. Any money that went into it was out of our pocket. And even at that, like I didn't have a lot in my pocket to put into it. So it's like, okay, we could either hire somebody to do the graphic design, which we had somebody for a good amount, and he did very good work.
Was it the same person that did the NFT pass?
It was Perk. Yeah.
Okay.
Perk. Yeah. He handled it for us for a while, and then for whatever reason he went and he was like doing his own thing, and no bad blood at all. Like I love Perk. But from that, it was like, okay, now either I'm gonna go and hire someone to go find someone, whatever the case may be, or I could just bite the bullet and learn how to do it. And like I had dabbled with graphic design before that, and then from that, it just like it took a whole nother, like, it brought out a new passion in me. I just found love for it. I started making the flyers. I started doing like the photography and the videography for Retro, and I started doing editing, and then eventually I started doing the visuals, and it's just been like going down the rabbit hole, basically.
All right, so I have another question to follow up on this, because I'm very curious. So before making an investment like that, like VJing, is that like a task that you'll try to learn before making an investment? So like, so that way you're not having to like, use that money. You can use that money for something else, right? Like, because I feel like that's a lot of my approaches too. Like before I make some sort of investment towards like either it's a HUSKI, like artwork. Like for example, like I tried to do my own artwork for a while.
Yeah. And
for a while, I just didn't want to pay. But after a while, like maybe I just didn't get satisfied with it. I was like, I have to go with someone else. But was that kind of like the way you did that particular way? It's just like before you make an investment, it's like, all right, I'd rather just like learn it, make it, see if I could do it, and if I do it, then I could. That's something that I can handle.
that was pretty much like how it went down. Because like I found a free graphic design software, and that was what I started with.
Oh, I got
And
you.
then from that, after like a little while, once I started getting the hang of it, and like I understood the power behind Adobe, I was like, oh, dude, like I'm gonna drop the money. Like I'm already doing it. And then once I dropped the money on Adobe, like I'll never look back. Like
So you like invested in yourself in a sense,
Yeah.
like to learn it. So I
Yeah,
think that was
yeah.
pretty cool.
for sure.
And
Thank you.
then I mean, and then obviously like once it comes to that point where you feel the need or retrospect feels the need to get a VJ, then you'll whether you have to pay for it or not, like there is that path. But like I enjoyed like the work that you and Kyle did for Techno Tupac. I thought the visuals were pretty cool, and I think it's really great that you could do that outside of DJing.
Thank you,
I'd like to see that, like Skittles, shuffling. Are you still a part of the LA shuffle?
Yes, I'm getting over like a lower back injury, so I haven't really been able to like shuffle.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of just taking a break, learning to do that.
yeah.
Hey.
Do a bunch of things. Yeah,
I do a lot, bro. I do a lot. We both do.
Like you model for a couple like you
Yeah.
you wear like outfits and like you also like do like some promo for it as well, huh?
Like I worked with iHeart Raves for Project Z. I did like a model shoot and like a music, or well, kind of a music video shoot for this brand called Ravers Naturals. They're like the aromatherapy. Yeah, it's fun. Anything EDM related, like I like it.
That's cool. It's honestly real cool. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Do you guys back to like you guys producing a lot of content that you put up? Do you guys really like doing that? Like in a whole? Or is that like a struggle for you guys to do?
I mean, for me, it's a bit of a struggle because, like, before I never really focused on it as much, but before in the past, I've always put 110% into retro, and like I still do, you know what I mean? Like, but I've also taken the point to myself where I'm like, I'm really trying to make Alien happen too, and
Definitely.
like from that now, like I am putting more time into content, and like she's definitely had a big influence on that. But I mean, just something you got to do, like.
Yeah, because I find myself when it comes to just creating content in general, I always think like, yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna make some content, and then it gets to the point where it's time to make content. I'm like, damn, what do I do? Like, I don't know how it's. I feel like you have the whole setup, how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to play out on the algorithm. Like, I feel like you guys have all that in mind when you guys are recording. How long do you think it took for you to understand that whole process?
Like how to create
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of did some like trial and error type thing. Like I think when we were at your grandparents for a bit, I straight up just set up like a tapestry and like a little sewing room just to try to get some videos out. And then I also did some like research into like DJing and like EDM and like finding the certain hashtags to use. This is kind of what I learned from my influencer friends, how to like find your target audience and like little tricks to help with your engagement. So
And what do you think? Because you both of you do a lot of different types of dance music content. Which type of content do you believe gets much more like impressions, engagements, from your guys' perspective? Because I mean, you push out like event content, you push out music content, push out DJ content, you push out shuffling content, modeling content, DJing content. I mean, which content do you guys believe is much more engaging these days?
I think whenever it's content that it's like showing our face and showing kind of like a little peek into who we are as people, I feel like that's something that normally like audiences tend to grasp better and like connect with you. Because like some of my modeling pictures, they do okay, but like if I'm vibing, looking at the camera, doing some shit, I just feel like it's an easier connection with people.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Alien?
I'm sorry, I was like, what was the question again?
Pretty much like
I was spacing out.
For all the content that you've been producing this past year or so, which type of content do you believe seems to be connecting more with your fan base these days?
I mean, like she said, the one where like you show more into like who you are as a person and as like your artist path. Like with the mask, I know like for a while I went through like a bit of an identity crisis. Like, should I only wear the mask now that I did it, type of thing, you know? But then I realized I was like, man, like that means I have to go back and delete all my content on like my social medias that show my face. And like after that, like I did my first EP, Hybrid Lifeform. And I was like, okay, like this is the whole point of this. Like I'm an alien and a human. So like it just eliminated that for me. And like when I finally decided to show my face on my TikTok, because for a bit I was like, all right, this is like, I'm gonna try and do just alien for that. And then I was like, nah, man, like somebody could look me up on Instagram and they'll see it. Like I'm putting too much thought into this. And like I just talked to it. And like from that, like I'm starting to see some growth on there. And it's cool just to see like what they interact with. But for me personally, it's more of like my flow content and like the base content of what I've seen personally.
Cool. I like that you guys, I don't know if, I feel like this is just you guys in general. You guys stay, I don't want to say themed or on brand. I want to say on brand at all times, but I think it's because of that's just who you guys are in general. Like you're Alien Crusader. Look at the shirt you're wearing right now, dog. Like I don't know if it was like a conscious thing or if it's just like, no, this is me. I was gonna buy this either way. You feel me? And with you, you're always vibrant colors, a lot of different stuff. Right now, you're wearing a tie-dye shirt. You know, like. It makes sense. Is that conscious, or do you think it's just you guys?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I really like seeing that a lot. Honestly, I like to see when your real life protrudes into your projects and your things you're invested into. You know, that's what makes like DJs and producers cool. Is their personality. When they bring it into it, you know, like I don't care, but like I don't want someone to try to be a DJ just to be a DJ. I want them to be a DJ and be them being the DJ, you know, like that's the cool part about this, you know.
No doubt.
I think you guys are really good about it, especially live. Can I say that as well? You guys definitely throw down some of the best live performances I've personally seen for sure.
Especially when it's Space Kandi. Like you guys' personalities together, like definitely is very present when you guys are doing them back to back together as well. Like especially when you guys like played at your guys' shows at Retrospect or every other show. You guys' back to back performances together is just real cool. How's that dynamic like when you guys start doing back to backs with each other? Was it the flow was kind of like good from the get go, or was there some sort of like chemistry development that was gone through when you guys started going back to back? Like, did it click right off the bat?
Yeah, we clicked.
That's cool. Definitely.
She was like, "I made it click."
We were always practicing because like I was showing her like what I knew type of thing and all that, and like from that like we were always flowing together. So when it came to like a live performance type of thing, like it wasn't really much of a difference. Gotcha. And I think the first time that we did it was at the Low End show with you guys. That was like our first official like live
Space
performance.
Yeah.
That was my first performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
From that, like we weren't Space Kandi yet there, but that was like our first time doing it back to back and her first ever performance. So it was cool.
I didn't even know that. That's cool. Yeah, I remember a lot of people coming out and seeing you guys and showing support. That stuff was wild. Yeah, thank you guys for always coming out and supporting.
Of course, dude. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, dude. Of course, man. Yeah, it's been such a trip these past couple of years, man. Like what we've all been doing, music, show wise, and anything that's like dance music related, man. Like we're still out here. What's going on these next couple of months or weeks for y'all? In terms of like new music, I mean, new EP maybe. What's going on?
I got some stuff in the works. For sure. I'm trying to kind of like backlog stuff. You know what I mean? Because over COVID, when the shows, or over quarantine, I guess I could say, like I was in the mindset of like, okay, we can't do shows anymore. I really switched to the collective side of things, and I was like, all right, I want to get a track a month out for the collective. And like for myself, my personal project, I started focusing on that, and I did 12 tracks in 12 months. But by the end of that, I realized like, okay, I'm starting to focus more on quantity over quality. and like it showed, and like I also didn't market it how I could have, because like that's basically a full album's worth of music, like 12 tracks, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
if I would have marketed myself and my music better from that time frame, like I feel like I could have gotten a bit more traction with my project.
I get what you're saying.
And it's like sometimes there's those mistakes that you just have to learn as you make them. And you can't even say it's a mistake. You know, you just kind of have to go with the flow.
It's just like, okay, how can we better execute this? You know,
Exactly.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, we've mentioned this in the podcast. Like, there's not necessarily like a specific detailed book on how to like really know the effective ways from the get go, like how to release music or how to throw shows or how to navigate in here. So, I mean, like it's so once you start doing it, once you start like making your calculations, okay, like my goal was this and we didn't reach the goal. How what are the steps now, like for the next attempt, like so that way we reach the goal? And I think it's safe to say for all of us in this room. I mean, we as the years pass by, like we keep on, you know, reaching our goals, whatever it is that is, and it's cool to see that. I mean, Retrospect still doing shows, you're still pushing out music, you're still shuffling, still doing the modeling, Skittles. I mean, it's been really good. The consistency is there. We're gonna see a lot of longevity between all of us.
Speaking about goals, what are some of the goals you guys have for the next at least year? What are some things you can confidently say we want to do this for sure?
Okay.
We can roll dice too.
Yeah, right. Dude, I'm gonna get dice tattooed right here.
Oh, really?
Nice. Yeah.
That's like
Some goals. I mean, I want to release on a label. I have a label in mind. I'm gonna get an EP. I'll say it. I'm gonna get an EP out here soon, and then I got some other stuff in the works besides that.
who's the label?
Huh?
Who's the label you had in mind?
I'm gonna try.
Oh,
I'm gonna try.
Damn, nice. All right.
Yeah, I like their branding. They're really cool. Deep, dark, and dangerous. Yeah.
Damn.
They're cool. I want to reach out. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
That's like the DMVU, like that, like very deep, like experimental bass type of like. I don't know. It's hard. It's like it's very. I don't know.
Yeah,
You get very like experimental.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, also that's like the kind of. Is that like the kind of sound of the EP you're going for, like for the direct label that direction?
This one, it's more like bass oriented, you know. But
right.
like I said, it might not be up their alley, but that's hopefully like somebody that I want to work with in the future, just because I like their branding. And that goes to show like branding goes a long way. You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
But like I like the way that they carry themselves as a label, and like that's one that I would like to release with. But other than that, just trying to make as much music as I can, stay focused with Retrospect, and just keep growing as an artist.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, do you guys want to get into quick hits?
Into what?
That's a segment that we do here on the Spotlight where we ask you a couple of fun questions and we're going to time you. So it's nothing too complicating. It's like real nice, fun related dance music questions that we go through. We're going to ask you, and it is time. So try not to think too long about the answer. It's just like things like that pops up in your head. Just go ahead and say it. But once again, thank you guys for coming through
Thanks for
to
having
the
me.
studio. Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get through it, bro. Here comes the first question. Both of you two. We'll start with Chance and then we'll end with you, Skittles. What's your social media handle?
Alien Crusader.
Skittles. .music.
Favorite DJ software?
Ableton or Pioneer. I did this last time too.
Bet.
Same.
Same. All right. Age you started at?
18.
23. Wait.
All right. Favorite genre of music?
Dubstep.
Nice.
I'm just gonna say bass.
Bass. Okay. Favorite music streaming platform?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Hey.
For sure.
SoundCloud.
Hold on, we're
gaming.
gonna pause it real quick, just because we're gonna have a moment of silence for SoundCloud. Okay, timer on. Favorite BPM?
150.
Bet.
But yeah, 150.
150. Okay, we got some
150?
150.
That's
shit
interesting.
tonight. Special skill. Special skill.
What do you mean?
Well, like special skill. Like you have a special skill
Anything.
that you think that's like you know, that you think is unique to you that you could do. Like, are you both handed or? Like, do you have 40/20 vision or what?
I do have 20/20 vision. But I mean, special skill.
DJing and producing are special skills.
Yeah, I mean, I like to do graphic design too, and
Right,
then
there you go.
yeah.
That's cool.
I'm trained in Taekwondo.
Really?
What?
Yeah, I did it for
Damn.
like 11 years competitively. So
Wow.
Swear.
yeah,
Damn, I
Like,
got
was
up.
I'm sorry.
I got up to my green yellow belt.
In Taekwondo? Yeah, you were in that too?
When I was in Hawaii.
Damn, I was in karate. That was like the only type of like self-defense I took. But like that's nothing compared to fucking Taekwondo, dude.
I'm a 2nd degree black belt. I was supposed to be a 3rd, but I quit a little before my test.
You're like, I'm too good for this. I can beat anyone here.
I don't need no certificate to tell me shit. All right, for sure. First festival.
Hard Summer 2014.
Okay.
Beyond Wonderland 2018.
Okay. Why?
My homie hit me up. He's like, "You want to go to a rave?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah, let's go." Like,
all right. What about you, Skills?
My older sister and brother, they were raving, so it kind of just fell onto my lap. And I had a friend group who ended up going, and I'm like, sure,
all right,
tag
cool.
along.
And what is your dream festival?
to perform at or to go to?
To perform, yeah, let's run that.
I want to perform at the NOS because that's where I grew up. I grew up literally like 10 minutes from the NOS. I remember passing by as a kid just seeing like, what are all these people waiting in line for? And then like growing up and like, I know, yeah, I'm like a part of it. I'm like, that's at least somewhere I want to like cross off the bucket list that I want to perform at for sure.
Word. So like any type of Insomniac event happening there, you trying to run that?
For sure.
Oh yeah. What about you, Skittles?
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
That'd be so wild.
I know.
You gotta have big goals.
So wild.
Yeah, that's a possible goal for sure.
Yeah.
I heard this thing where it's like make really big goals for yourself because even if you don't accomplish that, you're gonna get close. Like you might exceed your expectations.
Like if you set your expectations that you'll be a trillionaire, maybe you won't be a trillionaire, but you end up becoming a billionaire.
Yeah,
like, I guess like kind of like what you're getting with. I get what you're saying. Like no, yeah, no doubt. That's definitely a good way to think of it. And anything that you do, and you're trying to grow and develop.
Yeah, I might not get superpowers, but I might end up in a mental facility where they pay for everything and all my meals. You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
3 square meals in a bed. Can't go wrong with that.
Hey, that's life right there. That's living.
Yeah.
Word. So we got a little bit of like kind of like where you kind of got like your inspiration for your DJ name, you know, like you wanted to like kind of have this character of like I'm human but I'm also alien. Was that took you a long time to kind of figure out like your like genre or your artist identity of like, yeah, I'm gonna be like this alien human character and I'm gonna call myself Alien Crusader? Like what made you like go into that? Like do you have like some sort of like passion of like extraterrestrial life or like
let's get into it.
No, he's actually
let's get into it.
Yeah, I'm actually an alien.
Oh really?
Hey, you know what? I believe it. I'm not even bullshit. I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan, and there's some theories where they're like, bro, they're already living among us. Like, think about it. They had to live somehow, so they had to reproduce with humans and stuff, and they look just like us. So, you know, I'm onto you, fam. I'm onto you.
You know what? Fuck my previous question, bro. Let me just ask you straight up, dude. I'm being serious. Are you actually an alien?
Come on.
But
but like when it first came about, like I was trying to think of a name for myself, and I was at the homie's house, and somebody kept asking me like, "Oh, who has this? Who has this? Who has this?" And I had it. And he was like, "Damn, bro, you're clutch." And I was like, "Oh, dude, I've been looking for a name. Like that's my name right there." And then I found somebody else on like SoundCloud who used the same name and spelled it the same. And I was like, "Damn, like okay, like I'm not gonna try and do any type of thing. Like I'm just gonna hit the drawing board again." Like
you said you saw him on SoundCloud?
Yeah, I saw.
This is what you do, bro. You message him, be like, "All right, I'm gonna battle you for the song." Bro, tell me why there were so many people that I seen would do that shit, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm like, dude, like I know. I'm like, dude, there's so many like if just let it be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter. Like it is what it is. But at that time I was like, okay, it's okay. I'll find something that like I feel like fits me better personally. So like I was thinking of something and then Crusader came to mind. And at that time Netflix had some like alien show on there. Like I can't remember the name of it, but like I was watching it and like I'm obviously into like space and like aliens, extraterrestrials, and like just the universe in general. Like we're not the only life forms out there, you know? And like that's just at least what I think. But at the time I was watching that show a lot and I was like, okay, I have Crusader down, and then I just mixed the two, and I was like, Alien Crusader. There it is. Like,
Right on.
yeah.
And that sticks with you like within these past like how long you've had that name for? No.
Damn, dude, I don't even know. I started DJing around like 2014, 2015, and then I started producing around like 2015 into 2016. But I always worked full time, and then the 2 days off that I had, I went to school. So like the only time I really had to do music was while I was in class. And like by the end of it, like I got my associates, but I was like, okay, like I literally spent all my college producing in class. Like I may as well just not even continue on.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, at least you didn't get caught by the professor because one of our guests was working on music in class and actually a really well-respected bass music artist that works at he works at this music school, like, you know, like in discipline this fool, like, right, in class.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's cool though. That, you know, that's how you got your name. What about you, Skittles? I'm curious how you got Skittles. Like, we have this colorful brand right here. Like, what made you want to go into this wave? Like, you know what? I'm gonna name myself Skittles, and this is like the brand approach I'm going with.
It took me a minute to figure out, I guess, my branding, but I remember seeing this picture on Instagram of this girl who had like dyed rainbow hair, and that just struck me. And I really wanted to dye my hair like rainbow colors. Unfortunately, I can't right now because of my job. But yeah, I just liked the rainbow. And then I thought of a pun, taste that bass, taste the rainbow.
Hey.
And I liked it.
Little slogan,
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Taste the bass.
Plus, my favorite color always kind of changes. So, because I love all the colors.
What's your favorite color right now?
Right now, I've been fucking with purple. But it was orange for a little bit. It was blue before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color, Alien?
Blue.
What about yours, Zion?
Red.
Red?
Red.
That's cool. That's some cool colors.
Oh, yeah.
What's yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
You know, I think I've been digging red. I've been digging red lately. Yeah. Red.
Gang.
Yeah, that's good. I like red. Yeah. Shit, we could even make this fucking room red. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
No, but that's cool though. I'm glad you guys are, you know, being consistent with the content and like the branding and everything. Like, you could tell like when Alien Crusader's in the house. You could tell when Skittles is in the house. Like the energy, the body language, the way you guys perform. Like, it's all there. Like the branding is just there, and I applaud you guys for, you know, doubling down on that and like continuing on it. I think it's pretty cool. I feel like it's a challenge as well to stay on a name because we see a lot of these cases where people rebrand a lot. You know, like it's like yeah, we're gonna do this name, and then like a year or two, it's like I don't know if like maybe they have that identity crisis where it's like like is it my name that's maybe not getting me to that level where or the goals that I need to? Then I need to rebrand, maybe do a whole different brand approach. It's just like that I could tell how that could be some sort of like factors as to why people rebrand because maybe it's like the name or the brand looked at it maybe not gained into like the goals or like the opportunities that they want and it's cool to see that you guys believe in you guys' artist identity and doubling down on that. It's a really cool trait to see these days.
Thank you, man.
For sure, you know, because that's having faith in your guys' craft and project.
Definitely.
So applaud y'all because I know like there's sometimes those second thoughts and that shits are always a struggle, dude. You know.
You too. You've been holding Husky down really good, dude.
Dude, since
Facts.
2016, I think. Yeah, 2016.
Dope.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping. This is my last fucking name, bro. I think this is my last name. G. Like,
Did you have another name?
I've gone through like a buffet of names. I've had like maybe so like my high school name. I had one name for sure. And talking about like, you know, battling someone for a name. Actually, they had someone from like San Jacinto, like reach out to me like on Facebook, like, hey, bro, you're I was DJ Twitch at the time. He was like, I'm the only DJ Twitch in this area. You're gonna have to battle me at my party. I'm like,
at my party?
Yeah. I was like, okay, so you want me to fight for my name and go to your birthday party and fight for my name?
For your birthday party.
And he was like, yeah, bro, I'm at my crowd here and like, and
yeah, bro, if the shakies is gonna pop.
Dude, and like I'm just letting you know there's people like that. They'll fucking like they'll try to make a point like, you know what, come to my party where my people's gonna be at, where I have a high ground, and you have no advantage. And let's run this fair battle. It's
And
like,
that's
dude,
where you go and be like, all right, I'm gonna beat
Dude,
you in front of your
like,
people, fam. What's up?
It wasn't even. It was like I was confused. I'm like, bro, I ain't even tripping on you. You fucking power tripping. The day I was ready to go. I was like, hey, bro, I'm on my way.
That's why you changed your name from Husky.
That's
gonna be the title of this. Why Husky? Why?
No, so like,
why Twitch
I ended up changing my
Husky?
name. I ended up changing my name because on SoundCloud, I think like something about my SoundCloud, I got like deleted or something. And I was like, fuck, you know what? This is like a good time for me to just like rebrand and maybe do something new. And I had certain like genres. Like I remember I was Litster for a while. I was things for like a year. Just like
that was popping too.
That was like it was doing its thing. And then I don't know. For some reason I was just like, dude, like I don't know. I'm not really like messing with the way it was coming out for some reason. And then I ended up like messing around with my Huskies a little bit more. Like I got like more Huskies, and I was like, dude, like
I'm a Husky.
Husky, get out here.
Hell yeah.
And then I started seeing like the spirit animal traits of a Husky. I was like, hell yeah, I could be a leader and a team player too. I feel it. And then I was just like, okay, yeah, I feel like the Husky name could I could connect with that more, and I could push that more. And I think 2016, I started taking production much more serious for sure. Like once Husky was established, because like that's all I'm really focused now these days. Like just music production, trying to release shit out, because I like to just make music and push it in the public, and I always like to see what people think about it. With people, whether people fuck with it or not. Like whatever I put out, I'm satisfied with how it is, and I'm always just curious to see how the reactions are with other people. Some people dig it, some people don't, and you just keep it moving. And I just think at least for me, making music, it's just like it's like an experience that I've gone through. Like it's just something that I can't really say through words. It's just like I can only create through music. I can only like really like translate my feelings through music. I can't really say that with like the words. Like you have to listen to this track, and that's how you could tell like what I was feeling, or like you can have an idea of like of that experience. I don't know, man. I think making music is we talked about it in past episodes. Like it's a personal thing, and it's very special, especially when you're in the studio and getting down on the craft. And like I'm just trying to keep on making music. I'm on the same thing right now with like one track a month, 12 tracks a year. I think for me right now at that point, it's a good amount of tracks to have at my level. Like I could be pushing a lot more for sure, but I think with like the way I do my marketing too, I just feel like the gap of like the time for my next track, it gives me a lot more of a better way to like promote it, or like make sure like it could reach as much people. And especially for someone like me, where like in addition, like it would be cool to play bigger shows and reach like more of a bigger audience. That's always the goal, trying to find ways to push a track and get it to as much listeners, and hopefully they join you in that in the journey.
Speaking about shows, do you guys get a lot of shows as a duo?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
We've been getting booked here and there. I think like right now though, like me personally, I'm trying to take a step back from like live shows, like every so often, but like I'm really trying to hone in on producing.
Okay.
Like for sure.
How do you like the whole duo experience opposed to just DJing by yourself? What's like the positive aspects to it, you think?
Getting to DJ with my best friend.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely cool. Like having your best friend and your partner up there by your side. Like I feel like when we do Space Candy, especially because like I don't wear the mask there, like it has that whole other energy, at least from me, for it. So like it's cool. Like it's that other perspective of it too. But like even when I perform like solo, like this is what I love, So like when I'm up there, I try to give it 110% every time that I'm there, like for sure.
Do you think because you guys, like you said, you guys are best friends, the aspect of how you guys look at going back to back with each other is a little bit different from others going back to back with each other, opposed to just two like regular people? Do you think there's more challenges when it's just two people that aren't really best friends?
Do you mean like when two people get booked together type of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think?
I mean, with that one, like it comes down to the person that's like booking them. like if you have two completely different styles of genres within the artist, then like, yeah, if they don't practice, they're probably gonna have a difficult time. But like if you're booking two people that you know have like at least somewhat similar sounds, like I've gone up where like I've known like the people I haven't necessarily spun with them before, but like we didn't practice at all. And we went up there, went back to back, and like we just flowed the whole time. And like we both did all right, you know, like it was cool. It was fun. Like, but like it's a vibe. But like it also comes down again to like when they're booking them. Cause like sometimes two different genres will clash. And like in one set, like it when you're up there, like that's you representing yourself, you know, and like I've been in situations where like it comes down and it makes you feel a type of way because it's like, oh, like I could have done that set better. When in all actuality, like circumstances or whatever could have been maybe a bit different.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, like I'm very strict and hard on myself. And like I walked away from that, like I could have done better. I need to do better. Next time I will do better type of thing, you know, like.
But do you feel like that because it was necessarily maybe not on your part because it was maybe like on the other end of like the back to back? Because I feel like I felt that type of way when I got to events. I've gotten booked to do a back to back with someone that I've never even like DJ with, and it's been a situation where I'm like, you know what, like this back to back is, and it was like genres clashing and stuff like that. And I've always been the experience of like, you know what, like this set could have just definitely been better if I just did it. Only because, especially when you said representation, you're up there, and and especially when someone else kind of takes control of like how you're being presented for a minute, there's that trust, you know. It's like there's definitely like, especially in those situations, you definitely gotta just like have a really good screening of your back-to-back partner and have a good idea of what's gonna go down. And again, that's the thing about on the promoter aspect. The promoter aspect, like, definitely needs to have like a good educated calculation of what's gonna make a good back-to-back flow throughout that performance. So
definitely,
yeah, there's back-to-back sets where I've gone with people and it's gone well, and there's back-to-backs where and again, it's a thing too where like. It's a me thing too. Where like, you know what? I want the set to be like specific. You know, I'm not really trying. Maybe I don't want you to be playing like you're like, because I'm up here and like, and maybe like what you're playing is not necessarily what I want people to perceive as like how my set would be outside of like this. You know, so it's like, that's why I normally don't like to do back to back sets with people I don't know like that. Like, if I do have a good experience of like how they play, then I'm more than likely down to do a back to back, but. Yeah, I'm normally prioritizing solo sets because I can fully control how I'm gonna represent myself. And yeah, with back to backs, you know, there's gotta be that trust. There's gotta be that good rapport throughout the whole performance. With both of you guys saying that, you know what, that was good.
Yeah.
So I bring up the whole back to backs because I actually meant to ask a different question, but I'm glad I brought this up because one of my personal favorite back-to-backs literally that I've ever seen was your back-to-back with Emilee Taylor when you guys did it inside. Fam, that shit was wild. Like, I don't understand what was going on. You guys were just both going back-to-back, doubling, chopping, and it was a distinct presentation of I could tell you've worked on a lot of those things, and I could tell she worked on a lot of those things. And when both of you guys did your own thing, you could tell what tracks, even if I didn't know who was playing, I was like, nah, this is Skittlez right here. Now this is Emilee Taylor right here. How did that come about?
I think we had gotten booked by Big Dingus, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and surprisingly, we didn't get to practice prior. Normally, when I do a back-to-back with someone, like I like to get together, work on our transitions because I like shit to be on point. But our schedules didn't match up. But I feel like we were able to like blend our styles still very well. She does a lot of like that, like wonky rhythm, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm a little more like tear out and stuff. Yeah. I've actually been trying to do more rhythm. I'm actually working on a rhythm track, but sidetracked. But yeah, I feel like just overall our energy, like playing together, was really good. We were able to like hype each other up. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, like I said, literally one of my favorite back-to-backs I've ever seen. I'm not even bullshitting.
Yeah, that was a good ass set, to be honest. And like, you're not wrong, Robert, when you say like whenever a certain track was playing, you could tell, you know, who was like who loaded that track. Like even when I had my back turned and I was ordering a drink, I could tell when the track was playing. Oh, okay, yeah, Skittles is on or Emilee is on. Like even after like the first 5-10 minutes when you start recognizing the styles. Oh, okay, I could close my eyes and I could tell when this person is on or this person is on because yeah, there's that uniqueness to both your guys' style and track selection too.
Yeah.
That's the thing too about back to backs. Like it's like the track selection for sure. Like helps a lot with the rapport. You know, it's gotta be bangers. Shit, it's gotta be bangers.
Facts. So well, I mean, it's weird because I want to ask a question, but I don't know if it necessarily relates to you guys because I don't know if you guys would consider yourself an actual duo. Would you guys
Like
consider?
Space Candy? Itself?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so. Okay, so because like you said, you want to be considered like your own project and stuff. So I don't want to like bunch you into just being a duo and whatnot. But I think because you two are a duo and you guys are in a relationship and whatnot, you have like a unique chemistry to you guys. Do you think with other duos it's much more challenging?
It could be. I feel like if you're in a duo project, you guys should at least have a good foundation of friendship. You know, you're going to be working with that person a lot. Like we literally live together, but I feel like just because we have that like stable foundation, we make it work.
Definitely. I mean, who you do a duo project with, it's like you got to realize like this is somebody you're trying to make a business with. This is somebody like you're trying to make a career with. Like I got another project on the side, Cliche. It's my buddy Touche. Like he's a good friend. That's somebody that I know. It's like, okay, like if we're gonna put in this time to try and like build something, like I know he would be a good person too. So like it comes back to like you said, kind of like track selection, but like artist selection too. Like know who's someone that you will be able to stand the test of time with and like the test of business with. Because business is a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? Like it, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I bring it up because your guys' chemistry is really good. But in other duos, and even trios and stuff like that, I find it interesting. I want to know what happens almost behind the scenes with all the crashing of creativities and stuff like that. Because like, think about it this way: you know how many dope band discussions happen when a band is getting together and trying to create a song. Like, I want to know what that process looks like, but in a duo or trio in EDM, you know? But also, I did want to bring up this conversation, this topic. I know you guys see me like kind of giggling and laughing over here, not trying to keep a straight face. Me and Carlos did a skit about like DJ duo therapy. So like it's me and him like pretending we're a duo and we're showing up to therapy because like
something about like one of us is like for example,
there's no real like storyline, but we just each start bringing up like reasons why
like we're a couple type shit.
Yeah,
like he doesn't let me play the first track. Like I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah, so we usually take a break like halfway through and whatnot. I want to play it for you guys, and then we'll take a break. We'll play it for you guys, and then we'll hop right back into this.
Yeah,
because I think we'll start off this episode with the skit on the front of it. It's like a minute long or so, and then we'll get right into your guys' episode. I think that'd be really cool with you guys being a duo and everything.
I'm with it.
All right, for sure. So we'll take a quick break.
Okay.